The ball lightning, electromagnetism, lightning conduit Stormweaver was created for one reason. I'm not a fan of playing meta builds. I enjoy scouring the POE2 database or POE Ninja for underused skills and trying to turn them into viable builds. The electromagnetism support gem is currently used on less than 1% of characters. The same applies to lightning conduit. I won't lie, this build is similar to, yet definitely weaker than the classic Sparkhawk Comet. However, in my opinion, there's just something super satisfying about the electromagnetism animation pulling all the mobs together. I also enjoy the skill check required to properly time the lightning conduit cast. With practically zero stun threshold, it's ridiculously easy to get interrupted. So, what actually is electromagnetism? It's a support gem whose damage scales with the level of the skill it's attached to. Upon activation, it creates a pulsing orb of electricity that instantly pulls all surrounding mobs right into the center. However, to spawn it and maximize its damage, we need a way to rapidly apply shock to enemies. Lightning Conduit is a powerful spell that strikes all enemies in a cone in front of us with lightning bolts. Its biggest drawback, however, is an extra second of cast time. Much like electromagnetism, its damage scales by applying shock to enemies. So, as you can see, in both cases the scaling relies heavily on shock. Naturally, Stormweaver becomes the obvious choice here, allowing us to stack two instances of shock. This seamlessly dictates our defensive layer, mana, since this ascendancy heavily supports that style of play. On top of that, scaling our mana pool also opens the door to using Archmage to further scale our damage. Next, we had to decide which spell to actually use to trigger electromagnetism. Looking for strong synergy with shock application, I landed on ball lightning. Of course, Spark was also an option, but after testing it out, I realized it required way too much investment into scaling chance to shock. Since I'm still actively min-maxing this character, you can check out its current state via the POE Ninja link down in the description. Here, you can see the gear and skills I was using near the end of recording. However, keep in mind that most of the footage was recorded on a much cheaper setup, which I unfortunately forgot to capture at the time. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And to wrap things up, I'll leave you with a few more map clearing and bossing clips. See you around.